Welcome, everybody, to Wealth for Generations. We are on episode number 10.
10.
Woo! 10. Woo! It's a great
Long
feeling.
way.
It's a great feeling. Let's number 10. So I am wanting to welcome you all and thank you for coming. And then I want to introduce you guys to my team for today. We have my co-host, Mr. Johnny.
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
We have co-host Mr. Patrick.
Morning, or afternoon, whatever time you're seeing it.
And then we have our engineer of all engineers, Mr. Dip to the lean.
What's up? What's up?
All right, how we all doing today, gentlemen? We got the testosterone episode today.
That's real. Good Sunday morning, man. Smooth Sunday morning, man.
Right, man. I'm in a mood today, man. I'm at number 10. Like I was telling my boy Johnny right before we got on, like I got a catering gig coming up, so catering's about to be back. My money's gonna be better and be right.
Nice.
So that's always exciting. And I mean, I'm really just excited that we on 10, man.
Yeah.
We on 10.
Yeah, man.
So before we get any further though, I just want to do a little something that I've never done before. Since we are on episode number 10, I hate that I smacked right there. That was so loud. I want to do a shot. We're gonna do a shot in celebration of episode number 10.
All right.
Okay.
This is a monumental event. I'm gonna take it easy from then on, though. Probably gonna chill out until we get to like 25. We'll have another little celebration.
Nice.
But let me get some pouring in. And while I do that, I will also.
What is that, bro?
What
is that?
This right here is my favorite tequila.
Oh, God.
It's called Corralejo or Cordalejo.
I don't think I've ever had it.
It's some pretty good stuff. If you've never had it before, it's pretty nice.
I don't really fuck with tequila, man, but I'll take a sip for the 10, you know what I mean?
It's just a little sip.
Man.
Just wet your lips a little bit.
That shit put her in places you don't even supposed to have her. You know what I mean?
And then I'm a nice guy, so I brought some limes for you guys if you like.
Yeah, definitely we
need chasers.
Definitely. That shit there, man.
No chasers though. No chasers. To be honest, man, like quick little story. The first time I had this, I mean, I was a lot younger in different times, but the first time I had this, me and my buddy drank a whole bottle of this, room temperature, shot for shot. At that time, it was the best tequila I've ever had in my life, and I love this tequila. Yeah. But it's a celebrating tequila because this may not be much to you guys or to some.
It's not.
But this is like a $40 bottle right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's coming from me being like 15 years.
It doesn't say Albertsons or Fry's on it, so I'm confused about where you got it.
Actually, I got it at Bevmo, but they do have it at your general
High
grocery
acidity.
store, right?
High acidity.
Here you are, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here you are, sir.
Smells like mistakes.
Man.
It's about to be a mistake here in a minute.
Man, people jumping on tables and shit.
Yeah.
I wonder why you came in with the ice chest too. I was
why
like,
don't you I need my chaser now. Like, yeah, okay. I'm just saying that you can't slack on that. My bad. There we go.
I brought extra, so if you want to take,
you immediately have to go with the chase on this shit.
Yeah. You got one?
Yeah.
Oh. Tequila.
I just see Pee Wee
And then
Herman right now.
I got one for Iesha too, if you want one. Shout out to Tequila for episode number 10. Bang bang. All righty. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
We got cheers. Episode
Solanche.
10.
Salute.
Boom boom.
Oh, you need a chaser immediately. Holy shit.
Ain't that bad, man.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was smooth.
Y'all tripping, man. That tequila. Woo.
I taste middle school.
That's that gasolina. Yeah, I'm good, man. I am
That's
not.
what's
up.
All
All
right.
right.
That's what's up.
I don't know how you drank a whole bottle of that shit, bro.
That was delicious, nice and a little
Holy
sweet.
shit.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
That's my stuff right there.
Yeah, man.
Not bad.
All right.
I think I'm a drinker until some shit like that happens. I'm like, yeah.
I normally drink.
man,
I normally drink
that.
bourbon and whiskey and stuff like that. But every once in a while, if the tequila is decent,
Yeah.
I'll imbibe.
I guess everybody have their own. I'm just whack.
No, everybody's got their weapon of choice, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was
Mhm.
Bacardi for a long time. I always
Ugh.
had tequila in my back pocket for certain situations, but my everyday drinker was Bacardi for a
Yeah.
long time, and I was like drinking gasoline.
I can't mess with Bacardi.
Yeah.
But my
I'm
biggest thing
bougie.
was no, that's what it was. It was cheap.
Yeah,
Bacardi
yeah.
is cheap.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm bougie. I won't.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
wanna-
sorry.
yeah,
I'm thinking backwards.
Yeah. I need fancy booze.
All right. Well, without any further ado, I want to get through the disclaimer real quick before we get into the show. Wealth for Generations is a platform for local entrepreneurs to promote their business and discuss options they have or haven't taken to create wealth for the next generation. I, the host, as well as my co-hosts, are not certified in any financial, medical, or legal field. This show is from our point of view and our experiences. Wealth for Generations highly recommends you do your due diligence and research any information you would like to use and make your own educated decision in the end.
Yes.
So today we are going to be talking about budgets, but the only thing that's not really connected to a budget is this health for wealth stuff right here. So we're going to kick that out of the way first. You guys ready for some health is wealth?
Yes.
Sure.
Alrighty, let's see what Jess has hooked us up with today. So for health is wealth today, we have forever chemicals. What are they? You guys ever heard of that term, forever
No.
chemicals?
Chemicals that we cannot get rid of. They last forever.
Basically, yep. Those kind of chemicals. They are PFAS chemicals. They are a class of chemicals used to make products like grease-proof, waterproof, stick-proof, and stain-resistant.
Is that why they talking about the rain has all this shit in it and it's causing cancer?
I haven't heard about that.
Oh, I thought that what was in the rain. It was, what'd you say?
And like I read
PFCs?
PFAC.
Oh, PFAC. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because if you know about the way the rain and clouds and cycle and moisture and all that happens, you know, whatever is going to be in our soil and in our dirt and all that stuff is going to eventually recycle into the cloud, and the cloud is going to rain it down. So, I mean, I would not be surprised.
The future of acid rain is near. That's fine.
Yep. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's technically probably here. It's just not
Nah,
enough
it's
to really
definitely
hurt
have
us.
happened.
Yeah.
It's definitely has happened before. So
Yeah. But so yeah, they're all those chemicals used to make your resistant type stuff. These chemicals have been dubbed forever chemicals because they are extremely persistent and last thousands of years. Every American tested has PFAS in their blood. There are over 90,000 variants of these chemicals, and in very small doses, PFAS increase the risk of a wide variety of health problems, including kidney and testicular cancer. Always got to slow down on that word. Sorry.
just say balls. Just say balls. Man.
Testicular.
Balls cancer.
Bowel cancer.
Balls
cancer of the
cancer.
bowels.
Huevos con cancer.
Liver problems, high cholesterol, and immunosuppression, bad immune system. I know I've murdered that word, but I know what that word means. That means you have a compromised immune system. So I'm gonna skip that word. And these chemicals are found in things like, and this may actually prove your assumption here, Mr. Dip. It says they are found in city and drinking water, which with the whole recycling of moisture and all that, that would make sense why it would be in the rain. Chemical baby food packaging, pizza boxes, food wrappers, takeout containers, microwave, popcorn bags, disposable trays, bakery bags, nonstick pans, so the Teflon, carpets, rugs, furniture tiles, window treatments, car seats, stain-proof and waterproof clothing.
So basically, if you got a house or you've ever been in a store, you got some.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Congratulations.
It said pretty much everybody's blood. I mean, I've
it's
never
like
had my blood.
microplastics. I feel the same thing. People are
Yeah.
like in a big hullabaloo. Oh my God, microplastics! We gotta watch out for microplastics. And it's like, if you understood, like truly, like your exposure to it and your inability to escape it, it's one less thing you should give yourself an ulcer about. Don't just calm down.
But yes, definitely it is pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's everywhere. So
you ever notice in California, like everything there has a sign that says known in the state of California to cause cancer? I feel like everywhere is becoming that now. Like everything is like
everything.
Right. Did you breathe today? There's a good chance you got some cancer in
But
your
no,
breath.
seriously, like that's basically where we're at now, though.
No,
like,
it is. Yeah, we've reached.
But it's like, what are you gonna do? Like you're saying, like,
right.
What can you really do besides try to just be you
Yeah,
and
you
survive?
try and be healthy. You make healthy decisions, but you also on the other end of it, there's a million things you can get caught in. You can get caught up and be like, oh my God, I see this thing as this national global problem. And it's like, it's mean to say it like this, but it's not one you're gonna do anything about. You're not gonna stop cups. Cups have been around for a minute, and we're not the first people who are like, hey, plastic cups is a bad idea. Yeah.
I mean,
and I think about it.
You're right, but you got to think about these things like in the late 80s, early 90s, the CFCs were a big problem. You know what I mean? And we companies took it head on, and a lot of us took it head on, and we changed that. We stopped using as many aerosol cans, and that issue went away. The ozone started to repair itself as people do this. So, I mean, I think it is smart to be up on these, to you know what I'm saying, to educate people and to let people know what these things is going on. Maybe we can do something to try to stop these chemicals. Maybe we can find a date that they can go away instead of making them forever.
Yeah, you're talking about the styrofoam stuff in 88. Yeah, totally.
That can technically decompose at some time.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe
opposed to 1,000 years.
Right, exactly. Maybe we can figure out a way to make these things start disintegrating instead of just keeping it to where they're forever. Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually, I believe gosh, don't quote me on this, but I think it was China. They have paper that you can wrap up your food in, basically like deli paper. So you can wrap your sandwich in, but the paper is edible or decomposable. So
well, all paper is bio. Well, it is. I mean, it's not good, but if you're in a binge,
you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
No, yeah.
Make sure you got water.
I think there's no shortage of things that we get bogged down in. I think what he said is real important too. You should be pragmatic and you should be paying attention, but also like don't get too consumed by this stuff that you can go on a crusade for something that'll just run you down and have you on antidepressants in a year or two.
Right. Don't be a hypochondriac.
That's right.
Yeah. Like in a sense, yeah.
But also too, just like you said too, it's about putting that information out there. There could be somebody at a breaking point right now that's like, oh, I figured this out, but I almost got this figured out, and I can't figure out this one step. I'm gonna just give up. But then they see Wealth for Generations, and there's like, oh man, these people are actually interested in this stuff. Maybe I should keep going and figure this formula out and make this sandwich baggies that you can eat. Or whatever it is, but there are people out in the world trying to combat this. So in the end, it says that there are actually countries outside of the U.S. that have already banned the use of these chemicals or are in the process of banning them.
Wow.
So so it's just like I always say, like, it's about putting the information out there, and it's also like Johnny said too, though, like there's so many things. You kind of got to pick your battles.
Yeah, it's about personal responsibility too. I think when you have personal responsibility and you hold yourself accountable for stuff, like I generally, as a old tradition, try not to use straws because I just feel like it's just a non-important part of what I do. You know what I mean? I try, if I'm sitting in a restaurant, I don't want a lid on my cup because I don't need that, and I don't want a straw in it because I also don't need that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm kind of weird about that though in a restaurant.
Yeah, well,
but
that's everybody.
Me.
Yeah.
I don't like putting my lips on.
Someone's has some roof. No,
I'm 50-50. And don't judge me because I do have a straw in here today. But
no, we already made flash decisions about you, a character, right? When you walked in, like, look at that plastic cup. We're talking about plastic today. You knew that, right?
But I'm 50-50 because I don't like putting my lips on a cup, but majority of the time, like, I'll try to do without a straw half the time. So.
I look at it this way: if you trust them to bring you
make
a plate,
your food, exactly.
Yeah, if you trust them to make your sandwich,
exactly.
What's the cup?
Why are you tripping off the fucking cup?
I don't know,
Yeah.
Like, dude.
I get your point, but
Well, the
one thing
I
you don't care about the
back.
fork. You don't care. They're like,
I
hey,
do.
can I have a spork in a
Man,
package?
I don't know if you guys
bring me that plastic
when
one.
I examine my silverware, I'm one of those motherfuckers. I kid you not. When I sit down, I examine my man.
He hits him with the
that's me.
sharp carrying knives.
That's me.
He gets an A-line haircut, just grows into the back of his head.
I mean,
starts
the only thing
examining
I don't
the
like
glove,
is
and I'm like,
the ice machines. I don't fuck with those. I don't fuck with the ice because
the big ice machines.
I just don't fuck
Or
with
just
ice.
ice.
Period. At these places because those machines they're just hard to fucking clean. You know what I mean? And they're just fucking disgusting.
Anywhere
So,
that the public can get to a fountain drink, I don't mess with either because I'm on that same page as you. I'm like, I don't trust somebody who makes $4 an hour to maintain this 19 soda fountains.
And that's where I go with that because you're talking about a cook to someone that's serving. You know what I mean? Sometimes these people are just quick. They'll just grab a cup and they're like, like it looks clean. Like I'll go ahead and
throwing my food on the plate. I mean, that's cool. But man, that fucking ice is just bacteria just sitting in there. It's just they can't really help that. You know what I mean?
Mine is more. I don't trust the general public to mess with.
My biggest thing though is unwrapped straws.
Okay.
Not use unwrapped.
Yeah, that sounds gross. I didn't even think about that. But I do remember back in the day they had the straw machine. You press a little button.
Yeah. Those still got to get filled up though by hand.
Everything is made by hand.
I could go around like
everybody is made by somebody. Everything's made by somebody who was playing with their balls, man. So
right,
you might just trying to get that invincible immune system this time. I'm trying to get the Hulk style immune system, the no play around.
Just remember the next time you grab a pair of gloves to do something with a pair of gloves that are clean, the gloves had to get in the box somehow.
I thought you were gonna say something about balls. Just remember when you grab some gloves, play with your balls first. Season those gloves up.
Season them up. Putting a little bit of hot and icy on there. Hey man,
baking powder.
But today, we're gonna be talking about budgeting. We got the health is wealth out of the way, which I told you guys. I warned you, has nothing to do with budgeting. But it's also always good to get a little bit of information. Try to learn something new every day. I always say, even if it's like, hey, I didn't know I had a mole right there. It's something new. But anyways, so for the wealthy wisdom today, we're going to talk about budgeting. So first and foremost, I want to give you guys the most generalized definition of a budget. Okay, so budget, an estimate of income and spending for a set period of time. So whatever you have in your mind, because I know there's a lot of people when they hear budgeting, they jump to like, oh, well, I don't want to restrict myself, and I don't want to have to. I'm doing fine with my savings. Blah 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 blah. I don't need to cut back here. Da, da, da. It's not always about necessarily critiquing your finances. It's just being able to observe. That's the main purpose of a budget. Now, what you do after that is up to you. You can use your budget to restrict yourself. You can use your budget to figure out where your money is going. You can use your budget to save up for whatever you want to save up for. So with that being said, I want to go into the main types of budgeting, and then we'll see like if any of you guys do any of these or if you just kind of do your own thing.
Whatever is the poor budget, that's the one I do.
So the first one might be for you then. So the first one is zero-based budgeting. So basically the concept of that is you basically make sure at the end of the month or your paying period, because everybody might not like finish everything off right at the month.
Right.
So at the end of that, all of your expenses equals zero. But just to make sure you guys fully understand, it's not like you're going broke. Like if you are working on
just
your
making
savings,
sure that everything is paid.
Everything is allocated for.
Right.
Yeah.
So every single cent in your income has a spot. It's not like you're gonna end up at zero and like, oh man, no, I'm broke. No, you put this much money in your savings, you put this much in your investments, you put this much on your bills, you put this much on your gas, you put this much on your groceries. You just got it all figured out. So that's one. Another one is pay yourself first budget. So that's basically like it sounds.
Business owner?
No, not necessarily a business owner.
Man, nobody pays themselves,
But I
Unless you
learned
own
that
a
from
no, no.
Unless
This
you
is-
own
I
a
read that
company.
before.
This is what
that's
people
pretty dope.
actually generally do unconsciously.
Okay.
So, the
So-
pay yourself first budget is another simple budgeting method that focuses primarily on savings and debt payment. Simply put, you set aside a specific amount every time you get paid for savings and debt. Then spend the rest of your money however you see fit. So, say you get paid $1,500 a month or $1,500 a week, right?
Yeah.
Now you're like, or I'm sorry,
you're a rich motherfucker. That's what you are.
say you get $1,500 a month, right?
Oh, okay.
And then and then
So we got some roommates.
Yes.
so then you're putting 500 to the side as soon as you get your 1,500, and that's going to be for your savings and your debt, and then you live off that 1,000. So basically,
that's the check to check method.
Dog,
Check to
how
check
much
method.
is your fucking rent? Because you're amazing.
I mean, just numbers out there. So
Yeah, right.
Small numbers so people can follow along there.
Yeah, that's impossible right there.
And then we have number 3. Oops, I went down a little too far. Sorry. Envelope system budget. So this one is similar to the zero budget, but you're basically just putting it all in envelopes.
Ain't that a bitch?
So that one I don't really recommend unless
Yeah,
you're
that's
like
stupid.
no offense to anyone on
You're gonna
this
take
one,
all your
but
money out the bank and then put
unless
it in
you're
an
like a
envelope.
housewife or something like that. But yeah, that's what you would have to do. You
Yeah,
basically would have
that's
to do that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't fuck with banks.
No?
No, because in 2008, I was invested in CDs. I had everything kind of tied up, and where I needed. I don't know if you guys remember in 2008, we had a huge market crash.
Yeah, most
My
definitely.
landlord lost his house that I lived in.
Right.
I couldn't access my money.
Mm.
Couldn't access my money
Why?
without huge penalties.
Because they were in
Right.
certain programs. And
Because,
stuff like that,
yeah,
and they were
yeah,
supposed to-
and-
so I couldn't
Couldn't
get to
Yeah,
it.
ended up having thousands of dollars that wasn't technically
How
mine
do
at
you
that
get to
point.
your
You have
money?
to, like I tell people this all the time, you have to be careful and really read what you're doing in those banks, because a lot of this stuff is not federally insured. A lot of this stuff doesn't have any backing for you to be able to access that money. You can get left high and dry thinking that you're being financially savvy. And not to say that, no, by all means, whatever you trust it, but also be educated when you do it.
How do you
You
get
need
money,
to.
bro?
Me?
You cash checks?
No, I'm a cash businessman. I don't ever see any type of check, no checks.
So you're all cash.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know who to rob, folks.
It's okay. I'm strapped too. That's the crazy thing about not giving the government your money. You got money for bullets.
Come see me though. Like, oh, you want my cash?
We'll exchange financial advice.
They just don't know. They probably
No,
get
I
around.
don't
They don't know
carry
you
any
grew up
money.
on the west side of Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't carry a bunch of money or any of that type of
Yeah,
shit.
that's
The way
good.
that the way that I do stuff is I buy things that make money. I own vending machines. I do things of that nature that
Wow.
make money.
Right.
So let
And-
me ask you this. I don't mean to cut you off, but
No worries.
because the fact that when we went through that COVID period where they weren't even taking money, what were you doing during that time?
Well, one, it's a federal offense. You can't not take money.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a lie. That's a fallacy they told people who didn't understand their rights.
Yeah, you got to take money. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
take
it's
money,
currency.
right?
You have to
Yeah.
take it. But yeah, I didn't have any problems. As a matter of fact, most of the people that I knew struggled way more than I did
Yeah.
throughout that whole period, because I was able to access everything. I didn't have to rely on any of the
Like
other
all-
stuff that people do. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
all based online stuff. You're all based on this stuff. I could just grab cash and do what I needed.
Everything's online. Everything's. How do you pay for shit?
Well, I don't live that materialistic. I buy a lot of shit that's vintage and
How do you
old
pay
shit.
for
I'm old.
Netflix, bro?
What do you mean? I don't have Netflix.
None of that streaming stuff. None of that
Yeah.
streaming stuff.
Yeah, I don't
need
mess
Netflix.
with that. No, we have banks and like stuff within the household and stuff like that. But
Okay, so you'll use somebody else's shit.
yeah,
Okay.
you can, you know what I mean? You can find a way through it. If I needed to order something, I could definitely do that or whatnot. There's all kinds of gift cards. Visa has backed gift cards, all that type of shit. If you really need a way, you don't have to give it up to the bank. And nor do I say like this is a good way to go. I'm just saying I got damaged and put my household in a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't recommend it to people who don't truly. If you're not a reader and you're not going through the paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
don't fuck around. That's your money.
Hey man,
Or just don't take it to the hill either. You know what I mean?
I lost. Man, this is hard to say. I lost $1,600 like 2 weeks ago, and it's very similar situation.
Coke and blow what?
And hookers.
Pokemon Go didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah, man.
No Charizards.
It took me down this alley, and next thing you know,
how did you lose? Oh, messing with that one thing.
Yeah, I was messing with that gambling thing.
Yeah, man.
Or whatever.
Bro. Yeah, man.
Yep. I got
a
lot
lot
of friends.
to tell you though, but you was like,
no. Don't get me wrong. I still believe that it will work.
No.
I just
that's the beauty of gambling in it. No, I'm good at blackjack normally. Normally, what happens when I play blackjack?
I think what it is I just there's a cushion that they suggest you be in a range of for your balance that they suggest you be in, and the bottom of the range was 1,500. I came back in at 17.
Yeah.
The top is 3,000.
Okay.
So I feel like I made the mistake, and I should have been at least coming in the middle of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instead of just trying to get back in, because I didn't know. I didn't have all the right information. Like you're saying, I didn't have all the right information.
Yeah.
They sent me information to go
and
through.
There's a
I
lot
didn't take the
of
time
push to get the stock market back, having young investors. That's what people don't realize. This is not a new thing, what they're doing to us, where they're like, hey, look at Bitcoin. Hey, look at these, the stock market essentially has always been those things. They've been unprovable funds. You know what I mean? So that idea, like that's all brand new. No, it's just new packaging. It's new packaging. We got an app for it now. You don't need anybody. You're smart. We got an app for you. And I watched lots of dudes get into the I call it bro trading, where they're like, oh, bro, I just made this money on this. And they're not being honest with their friends that they trade with, that they also lost a bunch. You know what I mean? Somebody explained who call like no-win gambling. It's where like you're barely breaking even and you're only sharing your wins. You know what I mean? And I think as a society that's based on likes and success, it's super easy to get caught up in people being like, I'm financially savvy and I know what I'm doing. And you're like, why the fuck are you driving a 2004 over here, no AC, and trying to give advice about, and not to say that like, hey, maybe you're on the come up. You know what I mean? But I think you got to be practical and watch what people really do. Watch their moves. I've watched people fake rich hard.
Oh, yeah.
But it always comes back around. It always lands in the same spot, I tell you the thing I tell everybody, get your money, go make some money.
Right.
Even if it's small money, even if it's just a little bit.
And I'm just
get your money, go make some money.
I'm trying to I'm trying to make sure that I don't get myself in a super shitty situation, but I'm trying to try other things so I can be like the person you're saying. Like I can come out here and be like, yo, I lost $1,600 with this gambling thing.
Yeah.
And that sucks. I did it wrong.
Yeah.
But I also saw in the situation that I lost out and I got kicked out, I also saw somebody in the same system that I was using make like 10 G's.
Yeah. But what you're not seeing to that is how much they had to learn to get that 10 G's and how much they had to lose.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I'm willing to go back.
Fuck that.
Because
man.
I know that it's possible. I just have to.
I think you're trying to look for something that isn't hard work.
I'm not gonna go put my money in right now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go back and do the research and look, because I have, like I said, I have
a student
the information, and I just jumped in and listened to this person.
Right.
So if I would have stopped and been like, okay, let me read through all this shit.
Right.
I would have never came back at 17.
Right.
I would have came back at like 25. 27.
Well, and the reality of that stuff too is even if you did predict good, there's nothing to say that you would be invested when you predicted well. It's kind of a fallacy sometimes with these types of trading and stuff like that, is that you think, oh, this is where I made my mistake, but that's not going to be the same when you come back. When you come back and reinvest, it's not going to stay the same. Well, I'm just talking about trading in general, like whatever it is, like if you're doing roulette or whatever, in the same sense. You're putting a lot on one thing and you're assuming the outcome can be tethered to something else and that outcome is going to be always the same. It ain't. It's not.
It's not, bro.
No. I know it's not. I know it's going to fluctuate and go up and down and everything like that. But
I myself, when when I first started crypto, I just never had a good feeling about it, man. No, everyone has a different feeling. Everybody's like, oh, to me in this world, there are no good get rich quick schemes.
Nope.
None of them work, my brother. None of them.
Nope.
Everything is going to be
they
hard to get there.
Yep, and it's going to be worth it when you get there.
That's real.
That's why I tell people, like, even I've only been here twice, but when I come in here, I can feel pride because I know this was built by this cat right here. Is everything. This is him. You know what I mean? Whenever things do well, those are his accomplishments.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's more than monetary and stuff like that. And when you get something that you love to make money for you, it's something wholly different. And I always loved wherever I worked. I always loved it. But when I truly took something like what he's trying to build here, and you love doing this, and you figure out that way to make it be monetizable, to make it make its budget, to exceed its budget and stuff like that. And there's no shortcut to that. It's just the legwork. It's just
real.
Getting up and being like, it's leg day today again. It's leg day again today. You know?
But speaking of budgets, there's two more that I wanted to go over, and then I wanted to kind of get a little bit of insight on like how we all do our own budgeting, because
for sure,
if you guys remember in the beginning, it's basically just being able to observe your finances. It's not about doing the zero method, or it's not really about doing the 5-20-30. It's not really about having a method.
You guys are gonna laugh so hard when I tell you the way that
yours is probably going to be closer to number 5 than anything, I feel like. But yeah, then we'll just share whatever we want to share. We don't have to give out any secrets if you feel like you got secrets or whatever. But we'll just share like what we kind of do as far as like making sure that we're all working gentlemen.
That's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We all pay our rent. I'll just say we pay our rent. I don't want to put anybody out there about being on time or anything like that. But we all get our bills paid.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes
we all can agree that we're not out on the street. We're not getting evicted tomorrow or anything like that. Yeah. We all have vehicles that we put gas into. We all have children that we take care of for. Right? Mm-hmm. So there's some way that we are figuring out a budget system, whether it's written down or whether it's mental or whether it's just like, I know I'm making this much, so I know I'm good. Right. Yeah. Some people are like that. I know I got this much coming in,
right?
And I know I live, because I actually was in that moment for a while when I was single. I was like, I know I'm making this much, and I know I live below my means, so I'm gonna just have fun.
I'm good, right?
I had a lot of fun when I was single and by myself. But anyways, okay. So number 4 is I keep smacking. I hate that because I can hear it too. The 5-30-20 rule. 5-30-20 basically means that you put 50% to your necessities.
Wow.
30% to your discretionary, which is going to be like recreational and stuff like that. And then 20% to savings and debt payments. So you break down, you say you have this set income that you know, but that's for people who have a set income.
Right.
So I think
it doesn't include us.
It might be Patrick might be the closest one to it, right?
I don't even know. What do you do for work, Patrick?
I work for Tesla.
Nice.
So I do all like the DMV related stuff, like registration stuff like that. Pretty much DMV, but
nice.
You salary?
That's super cool.
No, hourly, and I'm good. I love being hourly because
I'm salary. I'm salary right now.
Yeah, salary. It's like you got to pay for everything. So.
But then you got 2 though. But you got 2 incomes.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of difficult for you to do the 50-30-20. Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to do it on the I like to call it the bills job.
Right.
If you could do it on the bills job and then just have this one as like whatever overflow or what have you, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
are you trying to get to salary at Tesla?
No, I am not.
No?
Yeah, I love that comfortability, just knowing where I'm at and knowing what I'm supposed to do.
They make you way harder, man, once you get to salary too.
They'll literally
they take advantage of you. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, son.
Yeah, it's those corporations.
It's rare, man, that I work more than 40 though.
Yeah.
Like that's really rare.
It's rare that I work under 40. I'll tell you that right now.
Really?
I work a lot of hours, yeah.
Dang.
I'm not talking about how little work time I spend at work.
Yeah, I mean when you're a business owner, man, the numbers don't even
I feel like
matter
me and you are on the just opposite end.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing my job for 13 years. So the goal was always to spend less time in the building when my kids came of age. So I feel like it took me a long time to mature it into the state that it's in now, where I have a clientele that's super reliable. I'm not going to work all my years to ignore my kids in the end and not be around them whenever like to me, this is the apex. This is the apex. My kid's 10 years old. You know what I mean? My
Yeah.
daughter is 8 years old. All of their memories are going to be core stuff. It's all going to be the like building blocks of character. That's got to be here. I have to, you know? And, you know, I'm lucky that I was in my relationship for 19 years prior to. And so like, so I
got relationship that I'm a peer of.
Yeah. We got to build things up, you know, at the we always had a goal and built up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's the guest for my guest for the next video. Yeah, I apologize.
No worries. It's a business here, you know. We got people coming in and out. No worries. Mr. Engineer. That's why he's hats of many hats. He's got to greet somebody real quick. So the last one is the no budget method. That's what I was saying. You're probably closest to number 5 here. So as the name suggests, this different budget method consists entirely of not spending money that you don't have. Rather than create a budget, just keep an eye on your balance. Well, this says checking account, but keep an eye on your balance on like what you have. Use a budget. I didn't realize it got onto all this. Use a budgeting app or your bank's online banking or mobile app to help you track this. Know when your reoccurring bills hit. One way you could do this is to list a handy in to keep at least. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't read enough of this one. One way you can do this is to keep a list handy in a spreadsheet, Microsoft Word document, or a piece of paper. So this one actually, I kind of just threw this one on here last and didn't fully read it. I didn't realize it was so modernized, I guess you could say. But I used to live by the no budget rule, but I didn't use all this technology to do it. Like I had a spot over here where I had this money, and I had a spot over here where I had this money, and I knew how much was coming in, and I didn't really have a budget because I knew, like I said, I knew how much was coming in. I knew for sure I lived under my means, and at the time I had an additional income coming in as well that wasn't necessarily a bills job.
Right.
So I knew I was well. I knew I was cool. I was single, you know, so I didn't have anybody else. I had 2 vehicles at the time. So I didn't really have to worry about having something saved for. Well, I mean, you should don't do what I did on this, people. But I didn't have a car savings or anything like that. Like if something happened to my car, because I was like, I got 2 cars. If something happens, I'll just take the other one.
Yeah,
you know.
I always generally set up a budget that does. I said like it does 2 things. You know what I mean? One is that I want the budget. I always try and keep at least a month or two's worth of our regular bills within our grasp, cash wise or you know, investment wise or whatever. I try and keep that in arm's length. And the other thing is goal budgets, where I want to do one thing, and whenever I set that goal or whatever, all of my other expenditures die at that point. They're no longer harvestable. I'm not eating out. I'm not going to movies. I'm not, you know, any of the regular like city fun that you have. I cut all that
Your
stuff
everyday
off.
stuff that people don't really
And
account for. Like, oh yeah, I got coffee today and yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, and people
day
be
before
like, I can't believe you're taking that trip. Like, didn't you just decide you were going to do that 2 weeks ago? But because I'm so good, and my wife is too, really a lot of credit goes to her. She knows how to like, when we get into that mode, like, hey, we have a goal. We want to be in New York this time next year. Okay, well, we're going to put together all the cash to do it big, not, you know. And that's the other thing I tell people too. In everything, remember to pay yourself, be kind to yourself. You can, and I'm always going to sound like the hippie, I feel like, you can waste your whole life worrying about things that will never come to fruition. Or you can live and have the experiences and treat your loved ones to the experiences that truly do make life a breathable living existence.
Yeah. And I have to carry on what you said too, because the fact that I do the same thing. I've always been instilled to save up for a rainy day. So I save up. I make sure that I have 2 months saved, whether it's you know, mortgage, whatever it is. I make sure that we have that, just because it'll take off the anxiety and everything else. Because I hate having to just go to work and feel like, shit, I have to go to work.
Right.
Now, once you save, you have that flexibility. You have that comfortable level. You're just like, like if I need to take a day off, I can.
Yeah, and it relieves a lot of anxiety, which is what really makes you sick. People don't understand. Look, there's a lot of stuff to worry about. There's no shortage. There's a buffet of things that you can give yourself an ulcer about.
Yeah.
Make sure that the other side of that is worth it. And like you're saying, like you want to have that stability to say like, today's not the day. And even like in the time we live in, mental health, man, sometimes you just need to
Huge.
not go in there and have that, because the conversation with your boss won't be good.
Yeah.
You're not going to behave. And you know that, how your chakra is all messed up or how your energy field is not aligned. You feel it,
Mhm.
and sometimes you need the freedom to just be like, nah.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah.
And I liked how you said too about how your wife is just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do next year. You're already putting it in motion. So
Right.
you're already
Right.
working off of it. And then when you get to that point, you're not just, going on a budget or going on a, just a small
Never by the skin of our teeth. I always tell somebody, I don't want to go be broke somewhere else.
exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
used to it here. I'm fine with it here.
Yeah.
Definitely. So is there any specific budget little tips or budget methods that you use, Patrick?
To be honest with you, I'm always I'm cheap and I'm always trying to find ways to like
Me
save.
too.
In a sense, I'm trying to like
Craigslist done.
Right?
Bro,
Craigslist, Goodwill.
when I'm buying
Yeah.
like my sports attire or whatever, I'm waiting until like Phoenix Suns plays, they do bad. Soon as they're out of the series or out of the championship, whatever, I'm on OfferUp. I'm on Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace because what happens is
those
those
angry
people
fans.
they're on there. They're like, oh, I'm gonna burn this. I'm like, you know what? Instead of burning, how about you send it to me? You got some lady that's pissed off at her, her boyfriend or husband, like he was cheating on me. You know what? Like, let me hold on to that. You know what I mean? Like, because they're gonna give it away. If not for free, they're gonna give it away for cheap.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, those are some ways that I'm thinking about it. Even as far as gas. Like if I know I'm like like I really don't want to put gas in today, I'll go in the next day. Turn off it's as simple as turning off your AC because
This
it's
guy's
gonna
a
last
wild
little
man.
bit.
He said turn off your AC. Now I can't
that's-
trust anything he
crazy.
says. Turn
I
off.
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, according to cars though, or in the car category, it's something I did that it's actually somewhat a little more stressful, but I made adjustments to my driving to kind of help
Yeah.
with gas.
Yeah.
Like I slowed down my acceleration.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm
That's
not one of
another
those
one, too.
people that's like off the light anymore. I used
Yeah.
to love that because I used to drive a Mustang too.
Yeah.
So I used to
Yeah.
I just loved getting off-
5.0 thing.
Heck yeah, fucking Fox body bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking no tailpipes
man,
on that bitch. You hear me coming from
Foxy.
2 miles away. But yeah, I control my acceleration a little bit more, and then I drive the speed limit. Like I don't speed anymore.
I like to go to places that give me fuel points. I know that people are like, dude, you don't really make out like that. I'm like, whatever for whatever. I got 90 cents off from Fry's, and I got to buy groceries anyway. Sorry, Walmart, you're not offering
I
any
definitely-
fuel points.
I definitely
do get
take advantage of
upside.
that.
Yeah.
But see, the
Yeah.
thing is
Yeah. I'm leery of all the app stuff, man. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't want
know
them
you
having none of stay up out of my account, stay up out of all
I
that
don't
stuff.
really
Look,
do
Yeah, I wouldn't even suggest
you get a
upside to
phone
you.
number.
Me
That's
neither.
what you get from me.
But no, I actually used to use the Fry's one before I went to get upside. And
Nice.
I used to actually hustle it though because
Upside, is that like a gas thing?
Yeah, it's a cashback
Yeah, fuck
gas
that.
app.
You got to show the receipts and shit.
No, you
No.
it's linked. You can link it to your debit card.
Only thing I like to use like that is Acorn. I do like using Acorn.
Acorn.
You know what that is?
Yeah. I haven't used that one yet though.
Yeah.
But I actually want to try pretty much all of them just so I'm aware. Like I've tried Robinhood, I've tried Cash Apps.
I don't
tried
know if
crypto.
Robinhood is the same as Acorn though, is it?
Isn't it just stocks, right?
No.
Stocks. It's like stocks for your
It
children.
is, but it's
like
like
setting
it
up your
takes,
kids though, right?
It takes like
Takes,
your change,
the change. Yeah.
and reinvests it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Robinhood do the same thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
No.
so Acorn that's what it is. It just takes your change and it just helps you to save. So I always use that, man, and I don't even touch that money, and that money goes wherever.
Yeah, no, that's what I do with all my other apps. Like I got the Get Upside, I got Ibotta, I got Fetch, and then I got a game one too. That's not really doing much. But yeah, I just let it sit, and then I'll deposit or not deposit. I'll withdraw like once a year.
Yeah.
So then when the year comes around, it's like boom, I got an extra $300-400. And then I hear the same thing, like you said, like when people tell you about the Fry's points, like people are like, "Oh, you're not really getting any money off of the Get Upside." I'm like, well, if you think about it, if I'm making $200-300 off of it, I got my girlfriend on it too. She's making about $200-300. We're getting like $600, $500 off of this a year, just for using this app. But the same thing goes for the Fry's, like because I was heavy on Fry's. And I used to, I actually used to try to hustle it a little bit when I first started doing Shipped. I used to go to Fry's and do the shift, which is like grocery deliveries.
Yeah.
I would do the Fry's orders, and then I would put in my number for their orders.
Nice.
So I would go do somebody's shop for like 60 something items.
Oh yeah.
But then when I get up to the register, I put in my number. So then I get the gas points and all the extra rewards and all that shit.
I'm
Yeah.
the same way when it comes to like Dutch Bros or like if people send me to certain things that have the points,
Mhm.
I'll just go for you.
Right?
I'll use the app, and then all of a sudden, it ends up building up.
Heck yeah. All those little things.
Dutch
like,
Bros weirds me out, man. That's a whole
Does it?
different culture of just like
it is.
ridiculousness. It's clown shoes to me. I'm like, all right, look, you're making up for the fact this coffee's not that great.
What drink do you get?
I'll go to Circle K.
Mr. Coffee?
I brought my coffee from home. I'm big on that. When I say the budget thing, like I won't have a lot of expenditures. I don't, and it's not even because their coffee's really that bad. It's just because like I don't need like a tween-age fucking girl hanging through the window. How's it going, John? I'm like, how do you know my name?
Yeah.
You're too
Because
close.
everybody's named John.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we saw a white guy. We knew it was John. So other names for us.
And there's so many coffee gimmicks right now. I feel like.
Yeah.
The other day I saw that.
Well, and they all keep acting like, hey, well, Starbucks made $4 on coffee. You guys are all willing to pay $4 on coffee. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Not all of us.
No, I'm not.
I've never bought anything from Starbucks. I've had someone buy me a coffee.
That's good,
from
man.
Starbucks.
You know what I hate about them? What's so sinister about them is that they pretend on this whole thing of being like these woke ideologies, but they buy stuff from prisons, which, like, I'm sorry, that's part of a huge problem we have is
Right.
the industrial prison complex. It's literally legal slaves. You know what I mean? Like, we still have 3 strikes in certain states. We still have ridiculous laws that incarcerate men for their whole fucking lives. And you're like, yeah, but we're just getting lids. Like, nah, fuck off with that.
It's like, man, the situation with Brittany Griner. We a lot of people are upset about it and saying how unfair it is. We got people still getting locked up in America for that shit.
Yeah. She was in Russia, right?
Yeah, shit. You go to fucking Alabama, shit, Arkansas. These places still have these
Louisiana,
fucking stupid ass laws in place.
I mean, a lot of people ain't gonna like me about this, but she fucked up.
Hey, she knows that.
She fucked up. I mean,
she knows that.
How you went cross countries with an illegal substance? It doesn't matter if it's legal here or not.
You fucked up.
You went cross. Like, it's different.
Right.
I mean, it's not different, but it's kind of
No.
mentally different if you're going state to state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Regardless,
she went cross country.
regardless. I'll say
like-
this to a person earlier. It's like, it doesn't matter where you're at and locked up for this. I'm gonna be like, that's dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I don't
It doesn't matter.
I don't think your ability to make personal choices should ever be impeded on
That's
unless
real.
you're hurting someone else.
That's real.
Like, look,
Yes.
I don't know how much like the world even needs to have that conversation. We keep allowing these people to act like there's some morality in these actions. There's no fucking morality. You're not
No,
being
man.
You're being divisive.
That's
You're being
what-
collective.
That's
You're-
why that other girl didn't get locked up.
Right. Well, and that's the argument that I would make 100 fucking times over is that how many times did an official in Russia smoke another motherfucker?
Exactly.
How many times? Fucking enough that we got a body count, but we're not over there. We don't care. We're not fucking with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get on a tangent. Don't let me. Don't let me.
Shit's weird, man.
It is.
So,
Weird.
but as far as like,
So back to coupon clipping.
yeah,
Yeah, man, and that's a
Fuck
good
Russia,
good
man.
idea
Fuck
too.
Russia,
I
but these
wish
coupons though.
I wish we had I wish that we were better at doing. My girl, she does a lot of those things, the coupons, and she does like
Yeah.
the Fry's apps.
Mhm.
She gets a lot of savings from those things. So she do a lot of those things to help us with groceries and getting cheaper things on that, and making sure we getting all the deals on those things. So it's
The women of the
always
house, man.
ways to save money. And
Mhm.
yeah, the women are definitely. I'm horrible. I just suck.
Yeah.
Man,
You need
I
teammates.
just go about
Oddly
it.
enough, I'm the one that does it all.
Nice.
Like, I do.
Nice.
I'm the one that's like, Jess, you got to get on and do da da da. Oh,
Right.
I forgot to do that. Oh, like
Not me, man.
save me
I don't
some
even-
money.
There's certain things I don't like
I'm
even thinking
cheap.
about,
Go
and
get
that's
that
one
cheap
of them.
shit.
I don't even want to think about that shit at all.
I can't even get my old lady to buy clothes. I have to literally drag her into a store and be like, "You don't leave till we got 4 new outfits."
Man, I'm kind of at
Too
the point where
frugal.
I'm just trying to. I'm really trying to see where all of the money is going. Like all of
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah.
all of it. Like
I trust my girl. To
I've
do
been-
to
Not that I don't trust her.
Don't sound
I
like
just
it.
I just want to know where it's all going.
It's not that I don't like
Because
ice cream, but you bring ice cream in here and I'm not eating it.
I'm not eating that shit. It's cold. I live in a desert. What do I want ice cream for? But yeah, it's not like I'm trying to control her or anything. It's just it's like the definition of the budget. I want to be able to observe because we're a unit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a unit. We have a certain income to the household.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people don't sit down and think about it like that. But there's a certain income coming into the household, and the household, the leaders of the household should know what's going on with their finances.
Right.
Most definitely. Sure. I don't do my girl like that. I trust her to take care of certain things that I just don't think about. You know what I mean?
Because I mean it's been like that the last 10. I'm just now, like, maybe this last 2 months I've been trying
fucked
to
up,
be
Jess.
like,
no,
fucked up. You shouldn't have bought all of those kiwis. We told you not to buy those kiwis.
Nah, it's the house plants. That's what it was. All them damn house plants.
All this goddamn oxygen is not free.
Right? Trying to make me breathe better.
I do
shit.
got to bow out because I'm gonna head to work. But
that
I really
money.
appreciate. Yeah. Speaking of budgets,
we're there anyway. We have about 5 minutes left. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, okay. Well, let me jump through, but I don't want to skip this part ever. So we're gonna just jump right into it. We building, boy. So the business I would like to highlight today is actually a business of someone that I actually used to go to school with. I was trying to I would like to get her on the show, Iesha Peterson. I'm not sure if you remember Iesha or not.
Sounds really familiar. I feel like I heard that over the announcements.
Yeah.
No. We went to different high schools. I always forget that we went to different high schools. I think
she went to junior high though too.
Oh, okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it's been a while. We're getting up there. But yeah. So Iesha Peterson. She and her sister Jackie Phillips. They have a place called Onward Hope. It's a foster care, adoption, and transition service agency.
Amazing.
Currently contracted with the Arizona Department of Child Safety to provide home recruitment, study, supervision, and foster parent pre-service training. Onward Hope, Inc. was founded in March 2014 by sisters Iesha Peterson and Jackie Phillips. Founder, CEO, and President Iesha Peterson and her sister Jackie Phillips, COO, experienced foster care firsthand through their experiences. They were guided and realized that they wanted to help make life in and from foster care easier for their younger brothers and sisters in care.
Mm-hmm.
They share similar experiences, trials, tribulations, and triumphs to overcome overwhelming negative statistics. Onward Hope was created initially as a transition center for youth in and from foster care, but it will provide so much more. Oh shoot, where's the...
And with your fraudulent slip with scare, it's a lot of people who have seen a lot of foster scares. You know what I mean? So it's good to have someone behind them and people they could talk to because it's been a lot of bad stigmas in foster care, and it's going to be really important right now because we've banned abortion. So we as a country we need to come together and help these kids, man.
Because don't just be pro-life before the baby's born.
Exactly.
Be that after the baby's born too. Put your money where your mouth is.
That's
Republicans,
real.
Exactly. Right?
You motherfuckers you want the babies here? We're gonna have to help them. So
yeah.
I mean, we can't just kick them to the streets.
Yeah,
and
can't just fill up more prisons like we did in the 90s.
No, just we can't put them all in jail and tell them to pull up themselves up by their bootstraps. That's not gonna work.
Got to give them some boots.
Right?
Make sure those boots have straps.
We don't have boots, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
you know the neighborhood we
go.
Those are your brother's shoes from last year. I know they are.
But if you guys are interested in visiting or contacting them, Onward Hope is located at 1408 West Camelback Road, Phoenix, Arizona 85013. And the contact number they have listed is 602-441-2723. And if anyone out there is closer connected to Iesha and or Miss Jackie, let them know. I want to bring them down. Let's get some more information on this because I love this.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
thing. Saying like we need this and like is really really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's probably a very busy person, being a business owner on this kind of scale.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to try to set something up and get her down.
Yeah, there's something cool in that too that I think I always kind of say this like you need personal responsibility, but communal responsibility and understanding, like to put back where you grew out of soil, like to understand and return the nutrients to that soil. Man, that's even bigger.
That's real.
It's even
Yeah.
bigger. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
It takes more sacrifice
Mhm.
and it's selflessness.
Mhm.
Something cool and beautiful.
And actually, on that note, shout out to my brother doing cycling classes over
Yeah.
on 75th and Thomas,
Brother,
back
always
where
in
we
it.
grew up.
Always in
So
it.
I was giving him stuff about that. I was like, "You over on 75th and Thomas, bro?"
Wow.
Always in it.
He's
That's
like,
a
"Yeah."
tough.
I was
That's
like,
a tough area.
I was like, "Get it back where we grew up at,
Right.
over at East Sporta." He does cycling classes at
That's
East
cool, man.
Sporta. So yeah, actually, I'll probably maybe try to get him on too as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once
If
he
he's
gets,
doing that for the
a little
community,
bit
we
more.
need him on there.
Yeah, definitely. But I think we are well over.
Definitely.
So we're gonna wrap it up for number 10.
Definitely.
Episode number 10. I hope you
Congratulations,
liked
man.
the testosterone filled
congratulations.
episode we had today. Thank you,
Yeah,
gentlemen. Thank you.
congratulations, man.
Thank you. I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Johnny, my co-host, and Mr. Patrick, co-host too,
Yes.
and the engineer of all engineers, hats of many, Mr. Dip to the lean.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. And this is going to be for all of us and all of you. And at that note, peace.
Peace out. I got it coming.